Hey, this is Mr. Eason with Homework Help. Today we're going to be working on factors and multiples. This is another review concept from 4th grade, but a lot of the things that we're going to be doing in 5th grade this year will be helped by knowing factors and multiples. So first, factors are numbers that can multiply together to make another number. So if I'm trying to list factors of 12, I would be thinking of numbers I can count by or multiply with to make 12. So it could be things like 1 and 12. It could be things like 2 and 6, or things like 3 and 4. I can multiply all of those numbers with something to get 12. Okay? So factors are always going to be that number and less. Okay? Multiples are numbers you land on when you skip count. So those are going to be things that are going to be, that number or more. So if I'm giving multiples of 12, I'm skip counting by 12. So I could say 12, 24, 36, 48, and I could go on forever. Multiples are a number that is infinite. I could go on forever listing multiples and never stop. Factors are going to be finite, which means there is a set list and you can't go on forever because only certain numbers can multiply to get to 12. We're going to look at 2 more examples and then you should be good to go for your homework. So now we're going to think about factors and multiples of 24. So multiples of 24 are things like 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. The way you notice when you can stop is when the factor pairs you are making are getting closer and closer together. If I'm looking at my factor pairs here, I've got 1 and 24, those are really far apart. 2 and 12 get closer. 3 and 8 are closer still, and 4 and 6 are really close. The only other thing that could be a factor would be 5, and since 5 isn't a factor of 24, I know that I can stop figuring out my multiple, or my factors. So now I'm going to list multiples of 24, and multiples of 24, I'm just counting by 24s. And your homework will probably tell you to do like a certain number of them. So we can say 24, 48, 72, 96, and you could go on forever if you wanted to. So hopefully that helps you out with factors and multiples. This has been Mr. Eason with Homework Help. Thanks, and I'll see you in class.